Student, as we know that the cultivation system of indigo was very oppressive. As a result, thousands of ryots became rebellious, and this known as Blue Rebellion. In March 1859, thousands of ryots in Bengal refused to grow indigo. Rebellion broke in Bengal. Many of the ryots refused to pay rents to the planters. Not only this, they attacked indigo factories. Those who worked for the planters were socially boycotted. And agents of planter who came to collect rent were beaten up. At some places, the village headmen who were forced to enter into contract by the planter also supported this rebellion. British government was also worried about the possibility of another popular rebellion after the revolt of 1857. So, Queen Victoria ordered Magistrate of Barsad, Ashley Eden, to issue a notice stating that the ryots would not be forced to enter into indigo contract. Lieutenant Governor toured the region in winter in 1859. Intellectuals from Calcutta rushed to the indigo district. They wrote about the horrors of the indigo system. This was seen as of sympathy by the ryots. They began to believe that the British government would support them in their struggle. Worried by the rebellion, the government brought the military for the protection of the planters and set up the Indigo Commission to inquire into the system of indigo production. The commission held the planters guilty and criticized them for the coercive method they used with indigo cultivators. It's declared that indigo production was not profitable for ryots. The commission asked the ryots to fulfill their existing contract but also told them that they could refuse to produce indigo in future. After the revolt, indigo production collapsed in Bengal. But the planters now shifted their operation to Bihar. With the discovery of synthetic dyes in the late 19th century, their business was severely affected. But yet they managed to expand production. When Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa, a peasant from Bihar persuaded him visit Champaran and see the plight of the indigo cultivators there. Mahatma Gandhi visited in 1917 marked the beginning of the Champaran movement against the indigo planters, and this known as Champaran movement. So students, now here we have finished this chapter, ruling the countryside. I hope you all have understood. Now let's recall the chapter with the help of this summary. After the assumption of Diwani in 1765, the company began to use revenue resources of Bengal. Now the revenues from India could finance companies' expenses. This caused a huge loss of revenue for Bengal. Now the company felt that need of improvement in the field of agriculture because only then its revenue income was sure. Finally, the company introduced the permanent settlement in 1793. The revenue to be paid was fixed permanently. The Rajas and Talukdar were asked to collect rent from the peasant and pay revenue to the company. The permanent settlement was oppressive for the cultivators. Finding the permanent settlement a failure, Holt Mackenzie revised a new system called Mahalwari system, which came into effect in 1822. In the British territories in South, Rotwari system was devised and initiated by Captain Alexander Reed and developed by Thomas Munro. All the new system proved to be failure. The company had imposed this system in order to increase the income from land, but its purpose was not solved because the revenue demand was very high. Indian indigo was in great demand in Europe. Hence, the company looked for ways to expand the area under indigo cultivation. From the last decades of the 18th century, Bengal's indigo came to dominate the world market. Indigo cultivation was done under two systems known as niche cultivation and royalty system. Under niche cultivation, indigo could be cultivated only on fertile land. Labor was also not easily available. Under the royalty system, planters forced to royalties to sign a contract, but this system was not in favor of the cultivator because they were not given fair price after the harvest was ready. Thus, the cultivators were highly dissatisfied. Several riots in Bengal refused to grow indigo. Soon they became violent, and this turned into rebellion known as Blue Rebellion. This worried the government is brought the military to protect the planters and set up the Indigo Commission to inquire into system of indigo production. The commission held the planters guilty. It declared that indigo production was not profitable for Riots, hence they were not needed to produce indigo in future. Ultimately, indigo production collapsed in Bengal. The planters then shifted their operation in Bihar. There are there also they faced a similar revolt known as Champaran Revolt in the year 1977, which was supported by Mahatma Gandhi. Students, in this chapter some terms are used, so let's understand the meaning of those terms. Countryside means rural areas. Mahal. In British revenue records, Mahal is a revenue state which may be village or a group of villages. Royalty means cultivator. Indigo meaning a plant that produce rich blue color. Wood, a plant that produce violet and blue dyes. Biga, a unit of measurement of land. Lathial, they were the strong men maintained by the planters. Some important dates also we have read in this chapter, so let's revise those days. 12 August 1765, the Mughal emperor appointed the East India Company as the Diwan of Bengal. 1770, a terrible famine that hit Bengal. In 1793, the company introduced permanent settlement. In 1820, Roydwari system was introduced in the south part of British territories. In 1822, Mahalwari system was introduced, and in 1859, the indigo cultivators rebelled. So students, I hope you all have enjoyed and understood this chapter very well. Thank you for watching my video.